Hello, welcome to another Wardlaw Workshop. My name's Matt, brought to you from the museums of the University of St Andrews and the Wardlaw Museum. Every week we bring you a little project that you can do at home with a little bit of advice from experts at the University of St Andrews. Last week we made kippoos, but I'm going on holiday this week, not very far, just to that comfy chair over there. But it means I'm filming this earlier than usual and haven't actually received any photographs of your kippoos yet. So if you've sent those, we'll look at those next week. However, 2 weeks ago we did flying machines and have received this photograph from the Jacobs family in South Africa, who made this second version of their flying machine. They said, "We did not succeed in discovering flight, but we had a lot of fun trying. Thankfully St Andrews Bear survived his test piloting." And I know that they also tried making a parachute for that bear. So really well done, keep up the good work. And the Yates family also told us that they tried putting books on different numbers of chocolates. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check back for our flying machine video 2 weeks ago. They discovered that 6 chocolates can hold far more weight than 4 and did a bit of learning about ratios. That's the spirit of inquiry that we really like. Well done. So, what are we going to be doing this week? Let's find out. This week, we'd like you to write and put on your own play. And don't worry if you're the only kid in your house. Loads of the best plays only have one person in them, so you can do that at home. But what could our play be about? Well, we can get inspiration from artworks. In fact, artworks are fantastic for giving us ideas. What about a tragedy like the life of Mary, Queen of Scots? A comedy, like this funny picture of a science experiment that looks to have gone a little bit wrong. An action scene, like this one. Or something mysterious and scary, like this print by Ken Curry. Now, you might think plays and drama are all about words, but they're not. We have to think about how we communicate as well without words, just through what people see. And again, artworks can help us get great ideas about how to do that. So, think about this picture here. Are the people happy or are they sad? There are no words, so how can we tell? Well, look, the people are smiling, great big smiles. They're raising their glasses joyfully and they're all relaxed. Look, they're leaning backwards. Their shirts are unbuttoned. They're no longer tense. Why? Because the Battle of Waterloo has just happened and war is over. Peace has come. A great reason to celebrate. Oh, what about this picture? How is the lady in green feeling? What do you think? Is she happy? Of course not. She's horrified, upset. She's on her knees. Her hands are over her mouth. Look at that exaggerated horror. We know exactly how she's feeling, even though there are no words, and you can use that exact same idea in your play. When we're on the stage, exaggerating what we do is really important so people can see what we're doing. We can't do small movements, they have to be big. So look at this cartoon again. It's really clear what's happening to the man who's just been given the potion. His backside is stuck right out. There's no doubt at all what's happening. I don't even need to tell you. And look at the faces in the crowd. We don't need words to tell us how they're feeling. This man in blue is shocked at what's going on. These people are disgusted, and wouldn't you be? And even without seeing this woman's face, we know she's horrified. Look at those hands. So think about your movements. They need to be big, exaggerated gestures, big expressions to show exactly what's going on and exactly how we're feeling so that people watching know. But it's not just about our movements. What can our clothes tell us? Well, they can tell us the job we're doing. So look at this man here. He's clearly a soldier. Look at George Wishart in the centre here. He's what? A minister of religion. Look at Mary. It's not just jobs we know about. We can tell that she's a Christian and that her religion is very important to her. Look at that great big crucifix that she's wearing. And look at the soldiers in this picture. Are they preparing to go into battle? Are they in the army at this very moment? Well, look at their shirts. They're open. They're ruffled. They look a bit scruffy. Of course not. We know that they're not at war. We can guess that war is over because of the way that they're dressed. All this can help us put on our play and show the public what's going on without using words. So what else can we do to make our plays really good? Well, I have an expert who can help.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sam Haddo. I'm a lecturer in drama at the University of St Andrews. Today is Friday the 27th of March 2020. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. We've been on lockdown for almost 4 days. And Matt asked me to record a brief video for you thinking about how you might put together theatre projects at home while you're under quarantine. And what I was thinking might be useful was talking about monologue performance and storytelling, because a lot of us are, well, we don't have access to other people, and so therefore having a project that's just us can be quite useful. This is quite boring, so I'm going to think about how do you set up a screen so that it looks less boring. Also, monologues and storytelling performances can be really fun things to get into. A good way of starting this, or thinking about this, is, are there any characters that you particularly like from books, from computer games, from films, from anything, that you would be interested in writing a story for? Because if you can think of one or two or whatever, then sit down and think about what kind of story they would want to tell. Write a story in their voice, and then practice saying it. Practice in front of the mirror. Practice wherever you can. Pull faces. Do ridiculous things. So once you've picked a character, and the character that I picked for the purpose of this brief video, I've chosen a character called Renfield. Renfield is a character from Dracula, the Dracula story. And Renfield is Dracula's servant. Renfield is also mad. He spends most of Dracula's story in an asylum. And the little thing I'm going to perform for you is him talking about Dracula. Costume-wise, have a look through your wardrobe, see if you've got anything ridiculous. Ask the people you live with if they've got any clothes that they wouldn't mind you playing around with. Have fun dressing up. Dressing up is an enormous amount of fun, and again, something quite good to do when we're stuck indoors. Right, I just happen to have a Victorian costume hanging around. Now, so the backdrop. Backdrop's quite important because, the backdrop I've got right now is boring and rubbish. What I've done is I've taken a clothes horse and a lamp and put them together and then draped a black sheet over them. And that creates a kind of curtain effect. So now it looks like I'm in my own theatrical recording studio. I'm not, I'm just crouched in front of a black sheet, but who's to know different? Lighting. Lighting is quite important. Lighting is really good because it's really versatile. You don't need fancy lights to create some interesting effects. What I'm going to do now is move a lamp, very ordinary lamp, here, and hopefully I can then illuminate my face from the side. Okay, so like I said, this is a very simple setup. I've just got a lamp on its side, I've got a black sheet behind me, I've found some clothes and put them on, and now I'm ready to go. We are all of us invented. We are, all of us, cobbled together from cartilage and dust, and few of us know with any certainty the name of our Maker. But I do. Bram Stoker, born 8 November 1847, Dublin. A sickly child who loved his mother. A young man who, as young men do, fell in with a crowd. Yes, that crowd, that theatre crowd. In 1897, Bram Stoker wrote a book. It was to become his definitive work. He called it Dracula. And in so doing, he created me. And he gave me a name, Renfield. And he gave me something more, something so many of you beg for, wish for, pray for. Immortality. I have never forgiven him that. And from there, I would probably go on and write the rest of it and tell the story of Dracula from the perspective of Renfield. Now, this is one idea about how you might produce a theatre piece in your own home. There are many, many others. Play around with it, be ridiculous, try and have fun, and yeah, good luck with it all. Thanks for listening or watching, or both. Bye!
Wow, thank you, Sam. That gives us a fantastic idea of how we can put on an effective looking theatre production in our own home. By the way, that monologue was by Stephen Dietz from a play of Dracula. So, we've thought about how we can communicate without words, we've thought about how we can communicate with words, we've thought about costume, scenery and backdrop. I think you're ready to put on your play. So, we're really looking forward to hearing about the plays that you put on this week. Tell us all about them. You can even send us little video snippets if you like, and we'll show some of them on next week's broadcast or whatever this is. You can email them to us at museumlearning@st-andrews.ac.uk. Have a really good time putting on your plays this week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.